Hi Pisces, welcome to Carol's Universe, Tarot Readings from the Heart. This is your love reading if you're a couple for the month of December 2016. Now, what I've done with the love readings is I've decided to do them in, do two of them. One focusing on if you are single or casually dating. That should already be up on the channel. If you are in a couple, so you're actually in a relationship, then this reading will be for you and your partner over the month of December 2016. Okay, so let's have a look what's coming up for you in terms of your relationship. So let's get on with your reading, Pisces. Universe Spirit, what's coming in for Pisces and love? Show me Pisces and love. Those, I only want to see those Pisces who are actually in a coupled relationship. What's coming up for their relationships in the month of December 2016? What's coming up for Pisces, Sun, Moon and Rising signs? Pisces, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Pisces, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. For those who are actually in relationships in the month of December. Show me what's coming up for those who are in relationships now. What can those who are in relationships expect from their relationships in the month of December 2016? Show me. Okay, we're going to split the deck into three, Pisces, and we're going to collect the deck back up. And what we're going to do, I have to put them in this way because you've got to be able to see the cards. So, just going to lay them out side by side. 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, there we go. There we go. So all the cards have been laid now, Pisces. Let's see what's going on for you. And this is only if you are in a couple, okay? So if you're in a relationship now and you want to see what potentially could be coming in for some of you guys, if you're in a relationship, then this is for you. If you are single or casually dating, then the other video will be for you, Pisces. So let's let's sort this out. Right, let's have a look at what your mental and emotional state should be around your love lives. Knight of Pentacles, crowning area, Five of Swords, the Ten of Cups. So it's a really weird combination, really. How I do these readings now is I look at the top card being what the situation is for your relationship, and this is along the top line is the situation around each category. So the situation for your mental around your mental and emotional state concerning your relationships, Pisces, in the month of December 2016 is the Knight of Pentacles. But why the third card at the bottom, so the third row, should show why the situation is as it is. So this will be the root cause of this situation here. So the Knight of Pentacles, to me, as a card, and because it's underscored by the Five of Swords, to me the Knight of Pentacles can often mean, I wouldn't read it as, for some of you guys it might be faithfulness, or it might be sticking with something, but it can also be with the Knight of Pentacles, because Knights represent the comings and goings of situations. They represent change. They represent how quick or how slow a situation is going to move. I feel that there might be slowly moving towards some form of a resolution here, because it's underscored by the Five of Swords being the root of the issue. And the Five of Swords, when it comes up in terms of relationships, it can mean that people don't see eye to eye. It can mean that somebody's taking advantage, or somebody is trying to assume an air of power or gain power over a partner. Sometimes this means severance. So I feel that, there is a little bit of a challenge here in terms of your relationship, mentally and emotionally. And I feel that it's feeding through to that situation with the Knight of Pentacles, Pisces, as being that there is a slow movement towards some form of resolution around this situation here, the problem, the root of the issue. This is what you're trying to resolve with the Knight of Pentacles. It's a slow movement towards resolution because the Knight of Pentacles represents planning, foresight, but moving in a very kind of cautious way around this situation. And mentally, I feel that you're feeling very upbeat, very positive, because the Ten of Cups is a card about emotional fulfillment, positivity, good things happening, a lot of happiness. So I feel that because of this resolution that's happening for some of you couples in the month of December 2016, it's rooted in some form of challenge that you're experiencing within your relationship. It could be that mentally and emotionally you're feeling kind of happy about how things are moving within the relationship. You look like you've had your trials and your struggles, because you've got Five of Swords as being the root issue in terms of the mental and emotional section here, feeding its way through to the Knight of Pentacles, a slow resolve, a slow resolution, planning forward, moving forward, making realistic goals in order to overcome this point here within the relationship. And mentally, emotionally, you might be feeling that you're actually getting there with your partner. What's happening in the present situation for some of you Pisces? Well, we've got the Hermit. Why have we got the Hermit? What's it underscored by? The Four of Wands. So we can see that the root issue is something within the home, because you've got the Four of Wands. Four of Wands means many things. It means many things. It can mean initial success. It can mean successful project. It can mean gatherings. It can mean engagements. It can mean parties, christenings. But because it's a love reading, and because for me it's overscored, so the crowning area here, the situation is the Hermit, but the root of why the situation is a Hermit is something to do with the home. So we can see here that the Four of Wands is suggesting that the root of the issue in terms of your present situation is going to be in the home, achieving some form of happiness, and it's playing through to the situation being the Hermit. And I feel that some of you guys might be feeling this can be a card of isolation, introspection, but also that we're trying to seek the light. The light is right in front of the Hermit, so it's following the trail. So there is a sense of trying to resolve an issue within the home here with this Hermit that is underscored by that Four of Wands. But what's the actual present situation? Why is it the situation with the Hermit? Some of you guys might be feeling a little bit out of the loop concerning your relationships, here being the root of the issue. The Hermit means to section oneself off, to take oneself out of a situation. So some of you guys might be feeling a little bit of alone here. It might be that you're trying to seek, or you're trying to find some form of resolution to something that's going on within the home, because as I've said, the root issue for your present situation is something within the home, the Four of Wands, and the situation as a result of the home suggests the Hermit. So it's the need to take some time out to resolve an issue. But what is the actual issue? What is the actual situation? But it's the Three of Wands, and the Three of Wands is a card about longing, but it's also a card, I always say a good way to look at the tarot now also is look at what the cards are doing. So face cards, for example. This is kind of a face card, but it's got its back turned. And it's interesting that we have a Three of Wands and a Four of Wands, because a Three of Wands is a card about waiting for your ships to come in. It's a card about that you've put something out and you're waiting for your investment to be returned. Now, when the investment is returned, you get this card here, the Four of Wands. So it's interesting because this person waits for its investment to come back to him or her. And as a result of that, it has initial success. So I feel in the present situation, as I said with the face cards, look at where the hand is pointing. The hand is pointing to the right, which suggests that this person is not dwelling on the past, they're looking to the future. And I feel for some of you guys in your relationships, you're actually looking to the future in terms of your relationship, because the root of the issue is the home. And I feel that you've been trying to sort through some issues with this Hermit card, trying to find the enlightenment, trying to find the way forward within your relationship. I can see that there's some form of a resolution that needs to be reached. I mean, if we go through this reading again, Pisces, I feel that some of you guys are looking towards the future in terms of your relationship. You've put in a lot of hard work and you're waiting for your investment to be reaped. And that's because the root of the issue is the relationship. It's within the home. It's the initial success over a period of that you may have faced in terms of obstacles with your relationship with that Four of Wands. It's feeding through to the situation being the Hermit, needing to take time back, probably needing to do a lot of spiritual work. The Hermit can represent being on a new spiritual journey. So if you notice with the Hermit, it's got its hand to the left, but its uh, right hand, it's got its left hand on the wand, which suggests that there is a lesson to learn, I feel, from the past, and one is taking this now into the future. So I feel that this is more that you guys are now focused on the future in terms of your relationships in the month of December 2016. It's rooted in the success of that journey, of that investment that's being reaped within your relationships with that Four of Wands, and it's feeding through to the Hermit, lessons learned, moving forward on a new spiritual path, possibly with your partner. And therefore, in the mental and emotional situation, we can see you guys feeling quite happy, feeling that you've made some real emotional achievement here with that Ten of Cups, because it seems to be rooted in that some of you guys possibly weren't getting on with a partner, and that's why the situation shows that you're actually working through the issues here. It's a long, slow, steady process, but the Knight of Pentacles also means to be determined, so you're still very determined to get there. What are your hopes and desires for your relationships? Well, we've got the World, which is a lovely card, being the situation around your hopes. What's it underscored by? What's the root of the issue in terms of your hopes? Well, the Ten of Swords. Some of you guys, it might be that some of you guys have felt betrayed or felt severely let down within a relationship, because you've got the Ten of Swords showing here, but it's feeding through to the World, and the World means learning lessons from the past and being able to turn over a new chapter. So I feel there's been some real hurts for some of you guys in terms of your relationships, and you're looking to move forward, and this should be reflected in this card. I don't know what this card is yet, but it should be reflected in what your actual hope is. The central cards here show what the actual situation is, so this will show you actual mental and emotional stance in terms of your relationship. This will show the actual present situation, what's going on, and this should show the actual hopes and desires. What is your hope? Well, it's interesting that you've got the Two of Swords showing up as a hope, because the Two of Swords is a fairly negative card in its content, because it represents being in two minds. But I feel that this is, the hope is to, if we were to turn it into a hope, well, you can see that this person is basing its hope on logic, because the swords are all the hard. What this person, I feel, is hoping to do is block out all the hurt. The hurt is the water, because that's our intuition. Water represents, remember, the water is representative of cups, so it represents the emotions. So this is somebody who blocks out how they're truly feeling, and they're going with their head. So I feel that your hope is really, it's almost like you feel that the relationship has to continue because it's where you should be, or it's where you need to be, or it's a relationship that you can't just give up on. So I feel that your hope is that you can allow your head in terms of the relationship to overrule what you're truly feeling, because it might be here in a way, Pisces, that some of you guys are kind of ignoring how you're truly feeling. There might still be some very deep-rooted anger or deep-rooted upset within a relationship, but you can see your hope is to block this out and just to pay attention to what's going on logically and rationally within the relationship. So sometimes the Two of Swords can mean certainty, but it's a kind of steely type of certainty, because it's not based on the emotion, it's based on the head. In other words, I'll use my head instead of my heart in this situation. For me, this card is overcoming this, whatever has gone on here, overcoming it rationally and mentally, so that you don't have to kind of keep mulling over how you've been hurt. The Ten of Swords is a card that features swords, so when you get this card, sometimes there's a lot of mental pressure, or there's a lot of there's been a time where you've been betrayed. But this also, all cards are interrelated. When you're the Ten of Swords, when you've been betrayed, of course you're going to be feeling emotionally bereft. So the fact that the swords are stuck into a human body here, while the body isn't made of steel, it's made of flesh, bone, heart, emotions, feelings. So this is the card of feeling really upset after somebody has said something to you with that Ten of Swords, after somebody's done something to you. It's the ideas, it's the communication, it's the weapon that somebody uses. Usually weapons in terms of communication with that Ten of Swords, or simply this Ten of Swords is somebody betrayed you or lied to you, and you feel completely hopeless. So I feel that you're hoping, instead of being really upset about a situation, that you'll allow your head to take charge and say, okay, this is the relationship that I'm meant to be in, so I'm going to put my emotions to bed and I'm just going to focus. This is the card of focus, because she's not letting anything else around her distract her, which is why she's got the blindfolds on and the hands crossing her heart. What is your expectations if you're in a couple of your um, relationships in the month of December 2016, um, Pisces? Well, Queen of Cups rules the reading, and this can be you because it's water. Scorpio, Cancer. She's usually Cancerian, but it's a Scorpio. For the purpose of a general reading, it's a Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancerian individual. So this is you here. What are you grounded in? Why are your expectations? What's the situation? Why is the situation around your expectations the Queen of Cups? Because of the Six of Cups, and that's lovely because your expectations are grounded in, or the root issue concerning your expectations is a relationship that shows unconditional love. And it could be that because your relationship is grounded, you believe in unconditional love, support, coming together, tenderness. It can be that it feeds through to the situation of the Queen of Cups being able to heal, because the Queen of Cups is a very, very healing card. And what's the actual expectation showing up as? Well, the Queen of Wands, and that's interesting that that should show up here. Because the Queen of Wands is not you. You would usually show as a Knight of Cups, to be honest with you, Pisces, because you're Knight of Cups in the Tarot. At best, you're a King of Cups, or you're a Queen of Cups. And you're showing us the situation being you guys here. But the root of why you are the way that you are, in terms of your expectations, is the Six of Cups. And by that, we've got the Queen of Wands showing up here in your expectations. Why are you expecting a Queen of Wands, though? Now, Queen of Wands can represent feeling a renewed sense of confidence. Okay, so I don't feel this is another person. I feel that this is more, when you look at the Queen of Wands, this is a very confident, very self-assured, very, very passionate card. When it comes to love, this represents a great passion that is felt between two people, great sex, that type of thing. So I feel in a way, Pisces, the root of the issue in terms of your expectations is that some of you guys might feel that this is a soulmate relationship. Six of Cups often represents soulmate relationships. It's unconditional love. It's a relationship that's been formed many, many aeons ago. It's also a relationship that's been formed in childhood. So it could be that you've been with your partners, some of you, for a very, very long time. There's a very, very strong bond here when you get this card too. It's feeding through to the situation being around your expectations, healing of the relationship, an emotional synchronicity with you and your partner, and it could be playing out with the expectation of being the Queen of Wands, a renewed sense of confidence within the relationship, but also a renewed sense of passion as well. What are you not seeing in terms of your relationship? Well, we've got Justice showing up. Why have we got Justice being the crowning area, the actual situation around your hidden factors? Because of the Ten of Pentacles. So the Ten of Pentacles is a card about a relationship that has grown over a period of time. It's about permanence. It's about marriage. It's about union. It's about working together in a partnership. So what you're not seeing is that you might be more stable than you think with this Ten of Pentacles, and it's feeding through to the situation being justice. And justice represents harmony and balance. So that, you know, if you are worried about anything here, it might be that this relationship that you're in is actually stronger than you think with this Ten of Pentacles. Because Ten of Pentacles means, you know, a family that work together. They share all the resources. There is a sense of not just, you know, pentacles aren't based so much on the emotion or on the feelings. They're based on outcomes and resolutions. Okay, so when you get a pentacle card, for me, as a tarot reader, whenever I look at the pentacles, it's about something that's quite solid. And this is a solid relationship usually. So what you're not seeing is that the root of the issue in terms of what you're not seeing is that your relationship is quite solid. And it's feeding through to the situation being justice, where there is, as a result of this relationship being solid, there is a real sense of balance and harmony that you're not seeing, that justice has been served. Okay, and this is playing off as, well, the Four of Pentacles in what you're not seeing. Now, the Four of Pentacles can represent somebody who's quite possessive, but it can also represent safety and security. So what you're not seeing is perhaps that maybe the relationship is really secure with this Four of Pentacles. Some readers, you know, I sometimes interpret this as being someone who cannot open up, or somebody who's overly possessive, or somebody who can't let go. But we've got two really positive cards showing here. Okay, and for me, this kind of suggests that the relationship, what you're not seeing is the relationship's quite secure. If your partner, or if you feel that your partner has hurt you, or your partner has instilled a sense of distrust in you, then I feel that what you want to know potentially is that your partner is also holding on very, very much within the relationship, because it's underscored the reason whoever is holding on the way that they're holding on here, and it might be the partner. Four of Pentacles, I believe, can represent a Capricorn individual. Could be an Earth sign individual. They might be holding on just as tightly with this Four of Pentacles, because the root of why they're holding on here is that this is a solid relationship for them, and therefore it's playing out in the situation around the reason for the Four of Pentacles is because of justice, and it is the need to find some form of alignment. Now, if this was anything to do with divorce, justice can be a card about legal matters, then this would mean that somebody would want to hold on to the money. Okay, for me, because the Four of Pentacles means I don't want to give anything away. I want to hold on to all of my possessions, and it's underscored by the Ten of Pentacles. So the Ten of Pentacles can be the family money. It's the inheritances. Okay, it's money that has been built up within the family, and sometimes when you get justice and that Ten of Pentacles, sometimes it can be a situation to do with divorces. You know, fair distribution of the family wealth. So if there's anything to do with divorce that you're not seeing here, especially if this Queen of Wands here represents a third party within your relationship in terms of your expectations, because the Six of Cups can also mean a new relationship here. So if there is a new relationship, if there's anything to do with a relationship involving a third person, I feel that your expectations are, if this is the Six of Cups, your partner is sweet on someone else maybe, and it's feeding through to the Queen of Cups, though we don't have you in the reverse here. Maybe trying to find some form of emotional solution, but you're expecting some form of, you know, another person, maybe the Queen of Wands. Maybe what you're not seeing, if this is anything to do with divorce, is that, you know, through the family finances, justice will be served, and maybe for some of you guys, you're holding on to the money here. If there's anything to do with divorce, that is. But I feel that also this could be... we'll explain it in two ways. If this is another person here that's getting in the way of the relationship, if in your hopes, the root of the issue in terms of hopes is that you have been betrayed with that Ten of Swords, and therefore you're expecting the Queen of Wands, somebody else, then it could be what you're not seeing just yet is that you'll be able to keep hold of a lot of the material stuff within the relationship. Because we've got a family situation, family wealth here in the foundation of the reading that is played through to the situation being justice. You get what you deserve, which is that Four of Pentacles. Okay, so we can explain it in a couple of ways. It might be that your partner is holding on to a relationship just as much as you are, or it could be, if it's a three-way thing, if there is a love triangle here, don't worry about it, because justice will be served, because you'll get what you want. Let's have a look at what's coming up in the immediate future for some of you guys if you are in a relationship. Well, we've got the Chariot, the Tower, okay. And what's the Chariot? Why we've got the Chariot? Because of the Five of Wands. Okay, so in the immediate future for some of you guys, I'm afraid the Five of Wands is often a card that represents an inner fight or some form of disagreement between partners. They're not seeing eye to eye. There can be jealousy here, that type of thing. And that's why it's playing through to the situation being the Chariot. For some of you guys, there might be a decision to make over the Christmas period in terms of your relationship. You could go one way or you could go the other. It can also mean that you're going to try and overcome obstacles, because it might be actually in the immediate future there's a little bit of a blowout with that Tower card. The Tower often means with couples breakups. So for some of you guys, I don't want to read breakups, but it might be the case. Who knows? Especially if there's been a third party with this Queen of Wands showing up here, which I found very interesting. And the outcome shows for the month of December for some of you guys in your relationship. Well, we've got the Lovers, which is a good sign. What's it underscored by? The Six of Wands. Well, there's victory showing here as being the overall outcome. Seems to be in terms of a relationship, which should be your relationship, because we've got the Lovers. And what's the actual overall outcome? The Page of Pentacles. And the Page of Pentacles means to look realistically at your relationship, look at the opportunity for growth here. So maybe this changes things with the immediate future, being that you're actually going to be working towards building something together here, with that Five of Wands being the root issue here, working together, trying to move forward. And this is playing through to the Chariot card, which is overcoming an obstacle, because the immediate future says that there'll be the Tower. So the Tower often means breakup, but it can mean a major shift within the relationship. and therefore there is victory in the overall outcome for some of you guys. It's feeding through to the situation being the lovers within your relationship. The lovers means a union, partnership coming together, and therefore in the overall outcome, how it manifests is the Page of Pentacles. Looking at how you can start over again in this relationship, looking at the growth of it. Okay, for some of you guys, it will be a money thing. We'll explain it in two ways. Okay, we'll go back to the beginning again and we'll explain it in two ways. I feel for some of you guys, then, one more time in the month of December 2016, Pisces, it might be that there have been some disagreements with that Five of Swords. Okay, could be even be severance for some of you guys. Now, if there's severance here, it might be feeding through to the Knight of Pentacles, where this says after severance there is now a change. For some of you guys, it's movement. Knight of Pentacles can be a travel card. For some of you guys, it can be that there has been an offer to counteract this. So if there's been any severance, it might be a money offer that's coming in. Knight of Pentacles often represents somebody who's offering something financial, and it could be in the mental and emotional section here with the Ten of Cups, that some of you guys have accepted that maybe a cycle within your relationship is over. Therefore, for some of you guys in the present situation, well, we can see the root issue is the family relationship here. It's feeding through to the Hermit. Perhaps sometimes the Four of Wands means a move. So for some of you guys, it might be a move here in which it's feeding through, trying to find your way, trying to search anew, especially if you're just ending up on a relationship here with the Hermit card. Because in the present situation, some of you guys are not trying to focus on the past, you're moving forwards. So this would work for if you are kind of in a relationship, but you may be looking to break up with your partner over the Christmas. We'll explain it in two ways anyway. So therefore, in the hope and desires section, we can see that the hopes are underscored. So the root of issue in terms of your hopes is the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords, possibly for some of you guys, it could be if there's been difficulty here in the mental and emotional state, that difficulty is about somebody who's been unfaithful or not being honest with you, or they've stabbed you in the back, and it's feeding through to the world where there is an ending of a cycle. The hope, therefore, I feel with the Two of Swords is that for some of you guys, you might be hoping that you can block this individual out, because sometimes when you get the Two of Swords, it means the no contact card. So especially if you have, if you're in a relationship but you've been hurt by someone and you're still with that person but you're looking to move on, obviously around the mental and emotional state, it might be that there's been severance, and as a result of that severance, that person might be offering you something, i.e. some form of compensation. Knight of Pentacles can be compensation as well that one is receiving, or there are slow plans now being made to move forward in your own directions, and therefore the mental and emotional state becomes, I accept the ending of this cycle, we can say goodbye, there's a resolution to this. Because in your present situation, we do have some form of a change or a move with that Four of Wands, in which some of you guys will need to be seeking further enlightenment about your path moving forward, because the present situation shows with that Three of Wands, I'm no longer focusing on the past, I'm going to be focusing on the future. Therefore, in your hope, some of you guys might have felt a great deal of betrayal, the Ten of Swords, but working its way through the situation being the world, you've learnt your lessons and now you're ready to move on. And it could be that you're hoping to block someone out here, because what you're expecting is it's rooted in the Six of Cups. Maybe there was a new relationship formed here with this Six of Cups, and as a result of that, the Queen of Cups says, I'm needing to deal with this in my own way. Because for some of you guys, you might be expecting somebody else to come on the scene, the Queen of Wands. What you're not seeing, especially if you're married or you've been in a really long-term relationship, that it's rooted in the Ten of Coins. So the Ten of Coins, Ten of Pentacles, is a card about the family wealth. Okay, there should be justice that comes in from this, and I feel that in what you're not seeing, especially if this is something like a divorce that you're going through, Pisces, that you'll be able to hold on or retain the majority, or retain what is owed to you with that Four of Pentacles, or what you've built up within the relationship. Therefore, in the immediate future, for some of you guys who are in a couple, but there is an ending coming up for this relationship, it could be the immediate future is rooted in disagreements with that Five of Wands, potentially. Could be over anything. And it feeds through to the Chariot. Perhaps going somewhere, driving off somewhere, travelling somewhere else away from your partner. It could also be that you're in two minds, or you're conflicted, or you're being pulled in two directions. It could be something to do with children as well, because the chariot rules the house of, I think it's home and children and domesticity and things like that. And therefore, it shows the tower a major breakup for some of you guys. And therefore, the overall outcome will be, well, there'll be victory in terms of the lovers. For some of you guys, it might be a compensation thing with the Page of Pentacles as you get a payout or something like that. So I feel that if you, victory in the lovers doesn't always mean that you have to stay together. It just means victory within a partnership. And the actual outcome is receiving a payout, because Page of Pentacles can represent a payout, money being paid to you. So for some of you guys over the Christmas period, if you have been going through difficulties within your relationship, perhaps there was another third party, then it could represent, Pisces, that you actually get what you deserve, but it will be in a material form more than anything else. We'll read it the second way. If your relationship is fine, but there are a few ups and downs, it might be yes. There have been some challenges with that Five of Swords. You're working things through with the situation being the Knight of Pentacles as a result of that card there, and therefore mentally and emotionally some of you guys might be feeling positive. Because in your present situation, you're not focusing on the past, you're focusing on the future of the relationship, because the root issue is succeeding, happiness. If you're not married, potentially even marriage, but it's feeding through to the Hermit card. Might be a new spiritual journey, taking what you've learnt from the past and taking it into the future and learning from that with the Hermit energy. Therefore, what your hopes will be, well, if you felt that you've been let down or disappointed or even betrayed by your partner, it could be feeding through to the world. Let bygones be bygones. Let's learn from the past and turn over a new page together. And how this is manifesting in terms of your hopes is, I'll ignore all of the feelings of hurt that I've experienced, maybe my own intuition in terms of this, and I'll just focus on what I feel needs to be done with that Two of Swords. Your expectations are that, well, it's rooted in the Six of Cups, soulmate relationship, unconditional love. So it might be in your expectations, the situation or the root of the issue is that this is a relationship you feel is meant to be. There's a sense of soulmate energy around this relationship. There's a sense of unconditional love that you might feel for your partner here. It's feeding through to the Queen of Cups energy, which is trying to heal, trying to find an emotional balance within the relationship, and therefore in the actual expectation, the Queen of Wands, expecting to feel a renewed sense of confidence, passion within the relationship. What you're not seeing is maybe this Four of Pentacles, if it's not divorce or anything like that, you've just been going through a few difficult problems, that your partner could be an earth sign individual, might be holding on to the relationship just as much as you are, because it's rooted. The root issue is what you've built up together with that Ten of Pentacles. It's permanent, it's stable, and it feeds through to justice, creating harmony and balance within that relationship. And therefore, in the immediate future, it does look like there might be some friction. It's rooted in some friction, some challenges over the Christmas period. It's feeding through to the Chariot, which can be, a little bit of an argument. One of you drives off, something like that. Or there could be some difficult energies here between you and your partner, and it'll be, I feel, with the Chariot, decisions to be made. And it might be in the immediate future with the Tower. There might be, for some of you guys, I don't know whether it's some... But Tower is never, Tower can be a minor blip or a minor shift. It might create a minor shift within the relationship or a little bit of an argument. Tower can be an argument as well. But in the end, you'll have victory over that, because you've got the Six of Wands showing in the overall outcome here as being the root issue. So that's victory. It's running through to the situation. So to me, this says that there might be some arguments over Christmas period, perhaps for some of you guys who are going through minor problems with your partner, but they will be repaired, because you've got the Six of Wands showing up as the root issue here. And we've got the Five of Wands where there's conflicts here in the immediate future, being the basis of the immediate future. But the basis of the overall outcome is that you overcome this energy of the Five of Wands with that Six of Wands. Therefore, what was once a decision that needed to be made, or feeling a sense of being in two minds or being pulled apart in two directions, it's now becomes the Lovers, which is togetherness, union and partnership. So where we see the friction here as being the basis of the immediate future, we're seeing you guys overcoming it in the Six of Wands. Where we see the Tower, which is an argument, we now see the start of the development in a resolution to this issue. So the Tower shows a little bit of an argument, But the Page of Pentacles says, let's look at this situation again like adults again and see where we can come. Let's be a bit more responsible about the shortage that's going on within our relationship. And therefore the situation becomes that even though there might have been some of you who are in two minds being pulled apart a little bit in terms of how you move this relationship along, you do tend to come together at the end with that Lovers card. Okay, so the Lovers is partnership, togetherness, attraction, feeling a real affinity with your partner. So for some of you guys, if you're on the verge of divorce or something, this might factor into it. But if not, and if it's minor things, there may be a little bit of arguments over the Christmas period, but you'll get through it because you do get through it as a unit. You understand each other, you love each other, and you're staying together, and that's the brilliant thing within this reading. Okay, Pisces, that is your reading for you if you are a couple. I would like to say thank you so much for choosing Carol's your 21 card love reading for couples, and I will see you on your generals. Take care.